Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Austin back here with another banger. So let's get ready to get into it. Now, today we'll be simplifying dating for my intelligent or my smart guys who have difficulty or freeze based on overthinking or too much analysis in social situations, often referred to as analysis paralysis. Now, it's important to remember around women, you'll be dealing with feelings and emotions. Most of the time, the progress that you make will be nonlinear. Think of it like a puzzle where a good game is having all the puzzle pieces, and yours increases as you start to get a puzzle piece here and there. And eventually, you start connecting them all together where you can see the big picture or picture as a whole, making it a learnable skill like anything else. For guys that are on the more logical side or with high intelligence, this can be difficult or downright confusing at times since there is no sequential order when connecting the dots of game with beautiful women or when dealing with emotions. For example, some guys ask how to move the interaction or things forward, or knowing when to do this comes down to where you are in the interactions themselves with the girls. And when you begin to embrace the chaos or the randomness, a lot of times the pieces that don't come right away with women will after you think back to it at a later time or after going out. Sometimes one piece will help unlock another piece that you are stuck on, as you'll find, depending on where you are with your sticking points and how much you learn from each interaction. If you're one of the many men that continually feel stuck or keeps finding themselves in one of these three states, ultra logical or in an overthinking mindset or in the perfectionist categories, and having trouble with taking action due to feeling stuck, the main problem with these men is they have difficulty turning their brain off at times, which causes a cascade of negative effects like overthinking, analysis paralysis, and increased stress. However, I don't mean literally turning your brain off. Many women love intelligent men. However, the guys that get it with women and do well upon first meeting them know how to turn off their over analytical brain so they can have more fun and enjoy the time with women and get more into their body, where you allow your natural rhythm and flow state to dominate, which in turn allows you to speak more freely and joke more using lateral thinking. Now, with today's topic, while there is no one formula for being good with chicks, however, I have carefully crafted these four traits that will take my intelligent guys or those new to game from simp to pimp, as I like to call it. As long as you can implement these correctly, you will see your results skyrocket considerably and start feeling your best while standing out to women. So, what are they? The first trait smart men must have with women is a willingness to put themselves out there in the right social situations or settings where there are a lot of opportunities to meet women. Now, this is super key. If you're the smart type of guy I'm talking about today and watching this content but not going out, it's okay to feel like you're not ready to go out with the girls if you have some nerves or feel stuck. However, don't stay stuck, because after this video, you'll be able to embrace the chaos with women and have all the tools needed to succeed going forward at your disposal. And so, what if chicks don't come easily to you or logically like they do in math or class at university? Do you really want women to be like math or academics? Ah, boring. So the best way to get good at game, guys, is to go out and meet women every week or weekend when you can, and you'll find the more you put yourself out there in these social situations, really the easier it gets. And a lot of things you can read in a book or listen to on a podcast can serve you greatly, but until you put it to good use as a supplement to your learning it won't serve you in the best ways or in the ways I know you're wanting. And what I always tell guys is there's no real substitute for real world experience with girls and women except learning this knowledge from somebody like myself who has had these real life firsthand experiences. This is where I come in to help you increase your game and skills from my experiences, and you can use it to supplement it with your own, increasing your success and reducing the time it takes you to get good with chicks in half, if not faster. Which is why I recommend y'all subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already, as I will be delivering to you all the key puzzle pieces and skills that make you exceptional and stand out with women you will need this year. Now, as a side note, the type of guys that find they can learn things in a book but struggle at times to get the courage to put themselves in social situations, here is a cheat code. Get a close friend as a wingman or a buddy with similar goals to go out with you, and that way y'all can get used to putting yourself out there and talking up more chicks. Now, if you really don't want to go out, this will limit your results, but you can still use dating apps, and this will still be effective in achieving your goals with women as long as you're setting up dates. There's no issue with that. Now, on to number two. This one is my favorite because, apart from number one, it is the most important thing you can do when trying to increase your results with women. So, here it is. Number two, when you go out with women, try to have as much fun as possible. Boom, pressure off. Sometimes intelligent guys struggle with this or loosening up. Now, the reason is a lot of men are simply too logical or overthinkers, but don't know or don't realize women and most people are looking to loosen up on the weekends or in their spare time and don't always want to have deep talks or long conversations. While that can be okay at times or with a long term partner, most of the times when you're starting out with women, they just enjoy being around the fun atmosphere. And if you can add to this fun when you're around with the girls, you will have more enjoyment because you'll be in state and the women will have more to remember you by. And so you won't be the dull guy who's boring, forgettable, or replaceable. As you'll continue to see, flow state keeps coming back up because it's the key to allowing you to connect better with women, since this allows you to be yourself to your fullest or at your best. When you're having the most fun possible with women, you will not only give her a great time to remember you by, but you will also stand out from all the other guys. And a big key reminder here is whatever you feel, she feels. So now that you know this, if you're always stressed or in your head overthinking, now you know how this will affect the girl. And when people talk about it's all in the vibe, this is what they're referring to. The feelings you feel and give off are like an electric current. Think power grid, and each emotion you give off can be a warm connection or an exciting charge versus a jarring shock with a bad connection. Next, number three, you maintain your authenticity and staying true to yourself while not compromising who you are for female validation. This just means you don't change for people's approval. You know who you are. You have boundaries you won't cross because that makes you you. This can also mean you have high standards depending on your personality, but ultimately the chicks will test you at times. And some guys bend thinking it will get women to like them more, but what they're doing essentially is testing to see if you have balls. And believe me, they'll respect you more if you show them your boundaries and never compromise so that they know where you stand. And lastly, numero quattro. This last one is going to sound like a contradiction to number three, but I'll explain. It's embracing the journey along the way when you do not have all the answers beforehand. Or, in other words, fake it till you make it. This is going to be important for the perfectionist category. Now, what I mean here is in line with what we talked about earlier with embracing the chaos. This simply means you're authentic where you know who you are, but you're on your journey. And instead of letting your nerves stifle you along the way, you can learn the skill of reframing a negative thought into a positive one that serves you. And in this case, reframing it into confidence and looking at this like you do most other things in life, where you say, I've made it this far on my own. I know I can keep going. Or like in a video game, you just keep leveling up and boom, again, pressure off. And having that kind of attitude and confidence when you don't have all the pieces in the game will be super attractive to women because you're showing to her you're willing to try and put yourself out there and put in effort in the masculine role, even when you're not 100% sure of what you're doing. And funny enough, this communicates massive confidence to the girls. Just remember, guys, thinking a lot about an outcome or overthinking takes you out of your body, which takes you out of state. Now, remember the nights you had your best times and where everything was going right. You probably enjoyed yourself and were not overthinking. Use it as a tool, but don't forget thinking is just one human ability. Use the rest. And once you get really good at flipping the switch from thinking to experiencing, you'll find you can actually think and be in state at the same time. Guys that get this know and do this very well and will return to state naturally after thinking, since they know is the most effective and best place for all positive things in life to happen for them when they're at their best. It becomes almost like breathing, so they never even have to think about it and have learned the skill of how to bounce in and out of it. That's what she said. So, with all this being said, the main keys here are catching yourself when you start to overthink and switching it off is essential in letting go of the outcome and getting out of your head so you can relax and enjoy your time with women in state. Learning something out of a book can only teach you so much in theory, whereas learning through doing a real world experience gives you much more insight and overall expertise. And with experience comes confidence. This is a great example of nonlinear growth, or now you know this puzzle piece confidence comes with experience that you may have not known before I just cut your learning curve in half. But if you don't believe me, go test this and you'll know it to be true for yourself, as me and others know who have learned this firsthand. Just start your journey and remember nobody is perfect. And lastly, remember game can be thought of as a video game and leveling up the same way with chicks as you do in a game. You just continue on your journey like a game, knowing you have what it takes to level up, which will take all the pressure off of you, allowing you to have as much fun as possible. And just as an added bonus before I go here, think of the dull or the silly guys that seem unintelligent but are good with women, or the ones like this that do well with women or have a girlfriend. Do they wait until everything is perfect or overthink things? No, they barely think at all. And they are too dumb to fail because they don't think and they have no fear. They move with zero hesitation, which is massively attractive to the chicks. They are eager to put themselves out there in social environments or out at a bar, and they don't even see their insecurities because they don't even think they have them. Sometimes you can learn something from everybody. Now get out there and crush it. This is Austin. Until next time.